Seattle versus Denver. Russell Wilson, his revenge game back in Seattle after trading. Now, Russell Wilson has been the headline and not the other quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. That kind of sounds kind of weird saying that Russell Wilson is not a Seattle Seahawk. He's actually playing for the Denver Broncos. Huge blockbuster trade that happened during the offseason. This time around, guys, Russell Wilson walked through the Seattle tunnel getting booed. That was the very first time that I've ever seen that, and it was pretty darn weird. Everybody was cheering Geno Smith. Yes, I said it. Geno Smith, who hasn't played a full starting job of football since 2014. He only played 3 games last year as a backup to who? Russell Wilson. This game was highly anticipated, highly hyped Monday Night Football, guys. Let's see what went down. I do want to talk about some huge points that happened in Monday Night Football, but before I talk about that, guys, I did start this channel to talk about sports betting, sports fantasy regards to basketball, football, anything related to sports talking, sports podcasting, sports everything. If that's something you like and you are interested in, hit that follow button, subscribe, and you will not miss a thing. I will try to give you guys updates regards to injuries, my picks, predictions, headliners, and stuff like this, like the Monday Night Football game. Now, let's talk about it. 4 big points, guys. Number 1, the quarterback situation. What was the headliners going into it? Obviously, we have Russell Wilson, Geno Smith. Everybody always believed the Denver Broncos was maybe one quarterback away, one lethal throw away, one gunslinger away from becoming a playoff contender, maybe even a championship caliber NFL team. Because we do know with other quarterbacks, this team is pretty mediocre. Doesn't matter how well the defense is. The high anticipation of Russell Wilson coming to the Broncos made it kind of interesting. That was a big headliner. In the first half of the game, guys, Russell Wilson did exactly what Russell Wilson always does. Gun slang it. Throwing the balls, highly anticipated. It's like he almost knew the defense. The second big point, guys, Geno Smith, a huge surprise in my opinion. At one single point, won 13 for 13, throwing 101 yards in the first half. 2 touchdowns in the first half. He was gun slinging it. 164 yards within the first half for Geno Smith and 206 yards for Russell Wilson. Right now, one of the big stories was in the first quarter alone, guys. Geno Smith drove right down the pipe hole, scored his first touchdown, went 7 for 7 in the first drive, scoring a touchdown, making it 7-0 ahead of the Denver Broncos. Right back with it, Russell Wilson came down the field to not even tie to kick the field goal. One of the biggest things that did kill or really hurt the Denver Broncos was these turnovers. 2 occasions where they were this close to scoring a touchdown, and both times rushing it, fumbling the ball. There are other key players that did come into play for the Seattle Seahawks. Penny played a huge game, or in the ground game, for the Seattle Seahawks. 53 yards in the first half, 7 yards receiving. And on the other half, for the Denver Broncos, Williams had 41 yards and 32 yards in receiving. Huge playmaker. And another one that really did the game and took the game and really made it competitable. Competitable, is that even a word? Judy for the Denver Broncos. That was Russell Wilson's main point of contact, main target. The most targets, most yardage for the Denver Broncos. And that kind of made the game competitive. Because if it wasn't for him, games would have been slightly different and slightly delayed. But overall, guys, it was a very entertaining first half. The third quarter kind of got a little sloppy. Turnovers. Nobody was really converting anything. Geno Smith started missing the ball, not converting on third downs. And it got very exciting towards the fourth quarter when it was 16-17, 4 minutes left. Now, who could have drawn this up even better? Russell Wilson with 4 minutes left. Game on the line. The Denver Broncos were at their own 22-yard line, and they were driving. 4 minutes and 2 seconds left. They were driving all the way down. Now, here's where a controversial play happened. With less than 1 minute left, they went all the way to the Seattle's 46, and they let the clock run down. They had 3 timeouts. They could have stopped the clock. Obviously, yes, it was 4th down, but still, they could have drawn up a good play to convert. They could have drawn up a good play to convert. You are paying Russell Wilson hundreds of millions of freaking dollars to make plays. He is the game changer. He is the franchise, right? For some reason, they waited another 40 seconds, wasted time. They seemed like they didn't have anything planned. And if they did, they didn't execute it correctly. Because right at the 21-second mark, they called the timeout anyways, wasting time. So whatever play they had in the huddle didn't come through, did not execute. So after the timeout, they came back and they missed the field goal. 64 yards, missing the field goal, costing Denver Broncos the game. Obviously, Pete Caroll, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, was very happy that they won the game at home, showed up. The defense played a part because everybody knows the Seattle Seahawks for the Legion of Doom, but the Legion of Doom has been gone for some time. So what is Seattle's identity regards to defense? Well, Russell Wilson ended up with more than 300 yards passing, so the secondary doesn't seem like the defensive type for the Seattle Seahawks. But what really played a part was their front. Their front seven really made a difference in the second half, right? In the first time, they were trying to find themselves, but after sacking Russell Wilson a couple times in the second half, game changer. That's what really changed the game. Obviously, the turnovers the Denver Broncos had as well cost them the game. Poor decision-making cost them the game. If you're paying this guy hundreds of millions of dollars, in my opinion, game on the line, I will give him the ball and let him do what he does. Let him work, right? He's a professional at the end of the day. Let this guy work. So yes, the Seattle Seahawks ended up winning over the Denver Broncos 17-16. Geno Smith is 1-0 as a full-time Seattle Seahawks quarterback, starter, professional in the NFL. And Russell Wilson has to wait maybe potentially another week, next week, to see if he gets his first win as a Denver Bronco. Next week, they do play the Houston Texans. He should be getting his first win next week. Next week, the Seattle Seahawks do play at San Francisco. That's going to be a very interesting one just to kind of see how Trey Lance fights for his life against the Seattle Seahawks. Elijah Mitchell is out for around 2 months with an MCL sprain. That's a huge hit for the 49ers, but we'll see what happens next week. Today, we were just talking about the Monday Night Football game, Seattle Seahawks, Denver Broncos. So we'll be giving you guys more updates, more videos regards to injuries, predictions, my top picks. I'll give you guys some videos about fantasy to see if we could win some fantasy football leagues. I'll show you guys my team. I'm in 2 leagues right now. They're money makers. Right, guys? So thank you guys for watching. I will be giving you guys more content just like this. Hopefully you guys do like. If you guys did like it, enjoy, subscribe, like, hit the like button. Push it out to more friends. I'm a sports enthusiast. As you can see, I am a Miami Heat fan. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Tyler Hero. Let's go. Love controversy, just love picking everybody's brain about sports. So let's get with it. Let's talk sports and sports betting. Anything can happen. See you guys next time. See you guys next video. If you guys have any suggestions to what games I should really dive more in depth into, more stats, more predictions, top picks, injuries, anything, a full analysis, a full breakdown, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll give you guys the best effort I could possibly can. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time, guys. Have a great day and peace.